Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome, and thank you for joining us. I think today I'm going to finish up a few projects that we've had working this week in this basket. So that is going to be putting our clusters we made on pockets and putting the toppers on all of these tags and dressing them up. And then that project will be done that I've somewhat worked on and put to the side because I was wanting to work on something else. so that's what I think I'm going to do today, is just do a little bit of finish up stuff, clear this up, get it off my desk, and then tomorrow we'll do Merry Make Mondays, and we'll do the cluster bits for that we did. I gotta turn this light up. I'm sorry y'all, I can't see. There we go. Do that a little bit. Maybe it won't wash it out too much. I noticed the washout factor of the video went away, but I couldn't hardly see. I mean, it barely had a light on over here. And I've changed like the lighting texture, or you know, for where it was like the bright true natural light all the way down to the yellow light or whatever. I've been trying to find the right lighting so it doesn't look washed out. And then I like the one from yesterday on the watching the video back, but like I said, I couldn't see nothing. Yeah, it looked dark over here to me. So hopefully y'all are all right with the lighting situation today. Just been trying to fix it because I like when I show stuff to you on camera, you know, I don't want it to be just plumb washed out. And I don't know if that's just the iPhone or the ring light or what it is. I know one thing, the back sides of this iPhone, it's got 3 cameras on it. And there are some little bitty barcodes like these here at work that it won't pick up. And I'm like, if it's got 3 cameras on it, you would think one of them 3 would be able to scan that barcode, but it won't. I don't know what's wrong with it. So that's how come I wound up with this stack of barcodes, because my, when I do pricing and adjustments and stuff like that, my phone won't pick it up. So all the barcodes that we had were null and void. So I got a stack about, I don't know, 4 inches thick of barcode sheets. So I've just been, they look like this here. That's what they look like. So now I've took and grunged them up. I actually tried to take and print on them to do like the coffee stain on them. And it does actually pretty decent on it. So I just take and cut the red Hackney symbol off of them and use the barcodes. Put them in my collage sheets for it time to time. Just to use them up. Because I thought I could take and just print on them. But it kind of rubs off, and I don't like that either. So there's that. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of just split these in the middle of them. And then if we need to do any more trimming on them, we'll do that. But just for now, I'm just gonna split in between where we spaced them out. And that is just about the measurement that I'm using. Oh, and I found I was doing my Walmart pickup order for tomorrow, and I found on there, let's see, try to use these darker ones for that. Use these lighter ones for the pink, I think. Yep. But I found some Aleene's fabric fusion, or whatever it's called. And it's a clear light Fabri-Tac and Fabri-Fix. So I said, well, I'm going to try that. It says it's non-toxic. And, you know, you don't have to be in a well-ventilated room to use it and this and that. So I said, well, I'm going to try that because this morning, you know, I've been using the Fabri-Tac off and on for a couple of days. Well, guess what? This morning I woke up choked up to just couldn't hardly get my breath, actually. So there's our cluster on that pocket. And I actually had to wind up taking a Benadryl for an antihistamine blocker, just so I could breathe. Because, I mean, like, it just would, it wouldn't let go. I don't know what. And I said, well, I guess, now see, now where I've just, you know, recently blew my nose and cleared my sinus passage out, I can smell the smell of this. So I'm hoping the Aleene's will work, you know, somewhat similar to this. And then I won't have to use the Fabri-Tac anymore. Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix, whatever. So that's what I'm wanting to do. Now these pockets here are, that's 5 inches, that's 4.5, and that's 4.5. So those are good. But yeah, I just really hope that Aleene's that I've ordered is going to do the trick. Because, you know, if you're working on camera and you're trying to make a cover and sew the signature in and this and that, you know, yes, my white glue will glue the stuff and everything, but I'm working on camera, you know, and I'm trying to move it along, you know. Because in the past, yeah, all I did use was my white glue on anything. That's 5 inches. But, you know, again, you know, for video purposes, you need to, it needs to be a little bit move along process. And that's just going to cover that one up. That's fine. I don't really care. Just put it on the collage sheet to use it. And if it got covered up, it got covered up. Oh, I think this one's going to be fun. That one's 5 inches too. I think these are too. Yep. Yep. Now this here is like a really old book page. It's really super brittle. So like it's hard to glue and hard to ink. Hard to put anything on. It's just really super brittle. I'm just going to wipe that smidge bit off so it don't glue to nothing else. Okay. I'm going to put that there. I think it'll be fine. These I can trim down if I need to, you know, if it's, because, you know, sometimes I get carried away and I just fill journals completely full of stuff. So if I need to trim the sides of it down, I can, and that'll be just fine and dandy. So there's those. We got those finished. That feels good. Clean this up and put it over here. Now let's work on a few of these tags. And we got to round the corners on a few of them. Well, pretty much all of them's got to have the corner rounded on them. I'm just going to work for an hour and try to get everything that I can get done. And then I'll just be happy with that. Alrighty, so I worked today. Wasn't too bad. But, you know, when it was supposed to have been requested day off, and you have to go in and work, it just kind of burns you up, makes you ill. But, you know, the lady's sick, and I understand that. So, you know, and it wasn't like I couldn't use the extra pay, because, you know, I had requested to be off for 5 days. Wound up working the Sunday in the middle of those days that I requested off to go in and do price changing, you know. And then, let's see. I'm going to put this sheer pink one on there, because it'll lend itself to go with a little bit more of a purple journal than that blinged up pink will. And these really don't need to be inked on the side, because they're already inked. But, you know, we could ink them if we wanted to. Like I say, most of these, the top few, were already pretty much finished. We just needed to put a corner rounder on them and put a topper on them. Now, how am I missing that? There we go. I'm not holding it still, that's how. So, they just need finishing. I think that'd be pretty. It kind of matches those, and it's kind of a, just kind of a different, like that. Now, I have a few journals that have pinks, blues, and teals mixed with like roses, florals, butterflies, and all of this and that. And it's just the colors in the background. So I thought those would be great little tags for that. So I said, just that's what I'm going to use. You know, I know what I have in mind coming up that needs printed on the back, or needs to be fussy cut to get it, you know, in making a journal situation. But I just got to get it done, you know. Okay, these here are just a little bit of daisy floral running up the side of that. I think that's plumb cute. And we're just going to put this little white topper bit on there. Now, I don't remember where I got these from. It may have been off of some Christmas tags that I didn't want to use the white topper bit on, but, you know, that's fine too. Alright. So, let's see. It's got peachy tones to it. What did I do with all that peach stuff? There's some. We can use that. Is that peach? Or is that pink? I don't know. It looks close enough to match that, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to take and cut me about a hand's length worth of these three right here, because this is part of the other basket that is the use up stuff. Because I know I got some more peachy tone things in here as well. Whoops, we can't poke a hole with the stapler. Well, we can, but you know, not a hole punch. I'm just kind of just doing some finishing up of projects that we got started throughout the week But we just ran out of time on those videos to get them finished. And then there was a few more things that in my mix of straightening up and rearranging to help me get a better handle, you know, being more efficient of a crafter on video. I just needed to get some of those items out of the way first. I do think tomorrow, let's see, what do I got to do tomorrow? Tomorrow I got to go get the grocery order in the morning. I think we're getting to the ones now that need to be glued. And I just flipped the stuff off of that one. Yeah, these need to be glued. So in the about 12 o'clock, I got to get the grocery pickup order, come home, get it put up, get ready to go finally do the celebrating of my daddy's 70th birthday with him. Poor fella, he's been sick ever since Thanksgiving off and on. And like I say, we've, you know, planned to get together for Thanksgiving. He was sick. He did come and visit for a few minutes, and he was like, you know, he couldn't make it. He just couldn't do it. And so then he left because he said he didn't want to, you know, try get nobody else sick. He was like, I didn't feel well. He said just the drive over here, the motion of the driving and that made him really nauseous and not feel a whole lot worse. You know, so he left. And then Christmas was the first testing. What the heck was that? Was the first testing positive for the stomach flu. And then this past weekend tested positive for the stomach flu again, so apparently he never really got over it. So we had to cancel the plans Monday and Tuesday, so but you know, it's all right. We'll get together tomorrow. He said he felt a whole lot better. Wasn't running a fever, you know, nothing like that, no nausea. And he said, but you know, I was feeling like that the other day too. Woke up the next morning and had to go back to the emergency room. And that's what happened. He just, you know, he'll feel fine for a day or two and then just wakes up one morning and then it's back again. And I told him, I said, that's really literally how I was doing last year, about the same time. Y'all remember, I was just awful sick last year. Could not get over it. And then finally, all the inflammation and fluid that was, you know, kept telling me I had pleurisy, and well, I did, but, you know, also whatever that main muscle that runs around your rib cage from your spine, and it's caused by degenerative disc, does not make this any more pleasant. That muscle had started spasming and was just in a constant spasm for like, oh, I don't know, 4 months. I was like, phew. So then they put me on some muscle relaxers, put me on just some kind of crazy high-powered steroid that just made me just feel awful sick. And I was like, I think I'd just rather cough than have to take this mess, because I was not feeling good. So then I told Daddy, I said, maybe they need to up your steroid, in which they did up his steroid. So, but he's had the pleurisy, he's had the stomach bug, and, you know, just all that mess. I told him, I said, I'm going to mask up. I'm just letting you know. I said, I love you and all, but, you know, I'm going to mask up, Daddy. Just for good measure. think I got ink underneath my fingernail. I just looked and I was like, what is that? Okay. So anyhow, with all that mouth running, I'm going to try my best to get these other 4 cabinet spaces cleaned out. So it's cubbies, and it's big enough to hold 12 by 12 paper. Actually, it's big enough to hold like a 14 by 18 paper. So I used to have like double stacks. I'd have 12 by 12 in the back, and I'd have 8.5 and 11 in the front. And so, I mean, it was shud full of paper. And right now, it's got 3. It's got this and this. It's my daughter's, but all of this is stickers. You see what I'm saying? It's just stickers like that. So I'm gonna go through those. And then it's got another one that's a light blue like this, but it's gaitered mouth like that. Shoved in the back, full of stickers. And on the one side of it, there's pictures. There's pictures of my kids, like baby pictures and stuff, that I took out of frames and put in there when we've moved so much and this and that, just so they wouldn't get damaged. And I've always kept this box, you know, wherever we moved from or to and this and that. Guess I probably could ink around some of these florals and such, but I didn't even think of that. Ink around this butterfly a little bit. Yep, I think that'd be pretty. Just kind of put it offset a little bit. So yeah, my big plans for printing and fussy cutting this weekend was null and voided today, so. What I'm trying to do is trying to avoid just setting up till 4 o'clock in the morning every morning like I was doing with my other. So like to get the fall stuff all printed and fussy cut, I was setting up till, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning, pretty much every morning doing that. And that is not healthy in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to put the pink one on that. And I just kind of measure about hand width, because I know that that'll loop around and stick up out the tag. And then depending on where it's at in a journal, I can tie a bow on it or what have you later on. Yep. Yeah, that was really not the best advice to, you know, stay up every night till 4 o'clock in the morning printing. But that's about, you know, what I'm going to have to do to be able to get it done, it looks like. Because, you know, I took the 5 days off of work around Christmas time to be able to do a bunch of back office stuff like that. Printing, fussy cutting, you know, finishing up, setting up websites and this and that and other, you know, and finishing my Christmas collabs and things. Just a lot of stuff that I needed to get done and be able to handle, you know, the Christmas holiday as well. But you know, wasn't able to get hardly none of that stuff done either. So I was like, shoot, I took these days off to be able to do this and didn't get nothing done. Felt very unaccomplished. But nobody's putting the pressure on me. It's me putting it on myself, you know. So that's what it is. I'm just going to just pull this up here. I don't really think I have any red in here. All of this black needs to go somewhere else. It just got shoved in here. And that yellow needs to go somewhere else too. And that bee string needs to go somewhere else. Now, a lot of this does not need to be used up. Yeah. That needs to be used up. These don't really need to be used up. It's just kept out, you know, to work on these colors with. Eventually, what I would really like to do is have all of the, I could use that peach color there, is have all of the colors of the sheer ribbon. Yes, get the words out of your face. There's some Dotty Bones. Yeah, we can use this, okay. Because this stuff really don't need to be used up. It's just here to decorate the bits and bobs. It was just an everyday decorate box, and it started just getting shoved full of other stuff. You know, like all of that black and yellow was left over from the bees. It really didn't need to be put in here. Okay. There's some peach stuff. Oh, look, there's a brown sheer ribbon. Shut up, I didn't even know I had that. Yeah, this stuff needs to be used. Okay. Wow, I really didn't even know I had that brown sheer ribbon there. And through all of that, I still didn't find anything red. So here we go again. Let's go dig in another box. How about that? Here we go. I do have red, but it's, you know, all put up in my Christmas stuff at the moment. And I done poked a hole in that, so I kind of need a ribbon. You know what? We'll just use you. It don't really matters. Don't really matters, buddy. So I'm thinking I can try to get to, you know, it's going to be a ways, but get to a place of where my ribbon toppers are all the sheer ribbons. I really like that for ribbon toppers because you can tie it in a bow. You can leave it sticking out the top. You know, it'll stay straight up. It holds its shape pretty decent. You know, lace works from time to time, but most of like scallop lace, that's going to be for like edging. But the sheer ribbon now, I really like it a lot because it's so versatile. You can do so much with it. These came from Dollar Tree. But see, like you can do it like this right here, and that's going to stay up. And then you can tie it in a bow, and it will stay tied. And I love that. And I think I will get some more of the, because I've been saving my colors that I've used up of the, that needs to go back, get right in here. The, daggone, get the words out, woman. Shoot. I've been saving the colors that I've used of that, crinkled seam binding. So I was wanting to just order those colors because I really like the crinkled seam binding for like closure bits to do as, you know, the closures on journals. So I said that would be great to do that with. Okay. So it's more of what I like to work with, what I like, you know, on my tags and stuff and things like that. And just trying to get used up some of these bits and pieces, basically. Just get the bits and bobs used up. I know that is going to be way extra long. And that's way extra. So is that. I wonder if I could split that in half and do it. Is that going to look stupid? Probably. Well, here we go. Cutting it. Because it's such a small tag, you don't really need that big of a topper. You see what I'm saying? And it plays off of that. That is the stop the stapler from falling in the floor bracket. Of course, I'm out of staples. Why would I not be? Oh yeah, that's right. You're on video. Of course, you're going to be out of staples about three staples in. I mean, really, that's honestly the way it works. Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's pinch this and hold it together one more again. Because, you know, apparently I tried to staple it 3 daggum times and was out of staples. And it took me that many tries to figure it out. There, perfect. There we go, perfect. This is that floral bit. I have no clue which way is up. But I'm assuming that is up. I don't know. Because, see, those leaves there are pointing upwards. So that's what I'm going with. Well, I guess that's where that's going. Kind of right in there. I guess that's where that's going to land. If you ever notice the longer you're up, the more fumble fingers you get. I have. I'm really fumbly when I first wake up because, you know, I got to get all my motion going. And I'm really fumbly like late at night. So, sorry about the video quality. But I was just sitting here. I said, well, I'm going to get my grocery order put in first. Get my supper eat. Then talk to the peoples a little bit. And then let's go make a video. Okay, so here is this We're just going to cut that in half too. Whoops, not my fingers. Full on missed the ribbon. Try to cut my hand there. Plumb missed that side. There we go. I don't know how many. I think it was like 25 or 30 tags that we had match stuff up on to decorate, and that ain't no telling. I just know I had a whole desk full that one video. I just want to put this kind of like right here in between those stamp places. I think that's going to be cute. Let that go. So now I need to find me, is that pink going to match? Close enough. Why not? Close enough. Boom. Okay. So a lot of times when I first started doing videos, I was so nervous about, you know, fumbling around and hunting stuff. And I was like, you know, I had to have, you know, everything prepared. Like, you know, I would pull out tags and journal cards, pockets, or whatever, you know, that I wanted to decorate in that video that day. And I would just have me a stack, you know, like I got here, that I would do it off camera. And then I would just put it off to the side, and then in that video, I would just set, you know, pull one piece over at a time and fix it, how I'm doing now. And I was like, that would help me so much with filming and things, to where I wouldn't feel nervous. Because, I mean, I was super nervous starting out. And then sometimes, you know, when I'm doing now, you know, I get super, super nervous because I try to fit everything in. Does that make sense? Trying to use that little music label there. Let's see if we can put it on with Fabri-Tac. Because what it is vellum music paper that came in one of those clearance bundle pack things from the Hobby Lobby. And I just took some labeled die cuts and cut the vellum music paper. I actually like that. That's quite cute. Now, do I actually want a topper on it now or not? I don't think so. I think that's good. That's fine. I don't know, the more I look at that, the more I want to put a topper on it. I don't know. I'm going to leave it like that. Then when I get to putting it somewhere, if I need a topper on it, I'll put one. How about that? Okay, so I I got this yellow piece here. Let's use that. It's quite big for a little tag, but that's all right. It's okay. That's cute. I had a piece of glue dangling on that. And look, here's this another one of these small tags that has the same floral on it with a butterfly. That we can use that piece on. Perfect. There we go. Now I don't feel bad cutting that piece. Okay. Now some of these, apparently I had already rounded the corners on them. Some of them I haven't. Okay. I think I'm going to put that down there like that. Okay, like that. Is that green? I think it's green. I don't know. It might, I think it may even be silver. But I'm going to use it on this because I think it's going to be pretty. Oh yeah, it is silver. Cute. Let's see, 15 minutes. I think we got about 5 or 6 more tags, y'all. Let's try to get it done. Try to get it done. I'm gonna work quick in a hurry. No, just get off of there already. Just fighting with it. Y'all like how I measure things with the width of my hand? That's my measurement. Let's see, how many hands is it big? That's literally like when I go to the store and I'm like, will that fit there? How many hands is it? That's surely what I do, honestly. Oh, come on. See, now I looked at the time and I'm trying to hurry, but it slows me down. So just quit even thinking about it. Just get them done. There we go. Still would like something there. I have these little fragment numbers and such. That works. I want a little skinny one down here. There we go. London, Paris. There we go. Thank you. Well, if I do that every time, I'm not going to get them done. I might be able to get them done. I don't know. Just looking at that and seeing if I could put that butterfly on that. I think it would work better there. Don't think I need it on that. Okay. Sorry I got quiet. I'm just focusing and concentrating. So sorry for that. But sometimes you just gotta work on things. Try to get it done. That would be a great accomplishment. I mean, that is a lot of ephemera in an hour. Needless to say, you know, we had already did the collage on the pockets and the backgrounds and the stamping and all of that. But that just goes to show, break things down in sessions. Stamp you a bunch of base backgrounds one day. The next day, collage you up a bunch, you know, backgrounds. Cut them in pockets and tag shapes. Then the next day, go through, pick out your little cluster makes, your little embellishments for your tags. And then just get you a bunch of scrap lace and ribbons that you like. I just need to use this crap up, you know. And hey, and that's what my tag topper bits are going to be. And I'll just make it work. But, you know, and then you wind up with quite a bit of ephemera doing that. And it doesn't seem to be so overwhelming to me after a while. Because I was sitting here and I was like, wow, I got a whole bunch of stuff in that little basket I got to get done up. It's like, I didn't realize I had that much stuff made this week. And I mean, we've made a bunch of ephemera this week. In just little sections at a time. But yeah, you know, had we took and stamped everything and collaged everything, you know, that's why you do it, set out to do it in steps. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. Do it in steps. I don't really like that. I need a skinny, here, this, that, yeah. I need a skinny bit. And that is going to be super fun. Ooh, I like that. It almost looks like a shoestring, but it was some kind of ribbon on a quilt or something. I have no clue. yeah, a lot of times I like to do that kind of stuff where it's broke down, you know. One day I stamp a bunch of backgrounds, the next day I do a bunch of collage, you know, the next day I go through and make some clusters, and then the next day I go through and just, you know, like round the corners, cut all the corners, do all the thumb pulls, and then go through and pair everything up with its, you know, the fussy cuts, the collage bits, the stickers, whatever, with its pieces. Because y'all have literally sat here and watched me set, and it'd be like, you know, 30 minutes making one thing, then finally the juices start flowing. I'm like, ooh, that could work, that would work, this will work. Because it does, you know, especially like if you come in and, you know, you're just coming in, starting out, trying to decompress from your day, you know, and all the happenings and the whatever, you know. Try to get your mind to relax and see the vision of it, you know, what it could be in the future, basically, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Alright, I'm going to do another little, let's just put a London stamp on that. Whatever this little address thing here is, I like. Or this thing here, whichever one comes off of there is what I'm doing. And I'm going to run it up the page like that. I don't even care. There we go. It's filled in. Boom. Good. And let's see. Do I have any more? Oh, I got a little bit of yellow with the birdies. I'm going to put this silver on this. I don't care. I'm using it up. It's the last little bit of scrippy scrap of it. Let's get it done. Yay, it's used up. Yay me. Okay. Look. Put that little bird on both of these right in the corner. I need to let it dry so I can get my fussy corner foot punch, fussy cut punch in there. Daggone it, get the words out. Get my corner rounder fussy cut punch on it. Mouth. Okay. I'll get on there. There we go. Yay. Because I was afraid trying to push that up on there, it's going to move my bird every which way and get glue in my punch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I was afraid of. You know, a smart person would have punched them all out before they started gluing my stuff on it. But, you know, I'm not that bright. Okay. Where, oh, that piece goes on that with the bird, with the butterfly. I was like, where did that piece come from? These are just fun. Just background tags, you know, just a stamped. And actually, it's copies of what I actually stamped. I took and made copies of the tags and printed them off. I think I still got them on there. Okay. Alright, so now we got all of our bits put down. Everything's corner rounded. I don't need the ink no more. Oh, goodness. Oh, I do need that because I got to cut these pieces. Okay. So, we need that. 1, 2. That's going to be pretty. This is kind of like a real light pink. I may cut it a little bit long just so I can let it dangle down. That blue is too blue. That green is way too green. Really? Just do that on it. And all of those are used up. Yay me. Oh, I need one for that one. Look, boom, there you go. Yay me. I don't really like that. We need this pink on there. Ouch. Yep, there we go. Okie doke. Yay me. Okay. These are hole punched, hole punched. I think you need to be stapled. You need to be a hole punch. That one needs a hole punch. Okie doke. Oopsie. That may be a wee bit short. It's not short, I just gotta get my fingers to pinch it, that's all. Well, I really didn't think I was going to get all of these done, y'all. I am super duper happy with that. Shut up. Super happy. Yeah, because I was like, I don't know if we'll get all this stuff done in one setting. But we did. Look at us go, y'all. Ephemera making machines we are. Couldn't have done it without y'all's help. I know, you know what I'm saying? I got to have y'all cheerlead me on and just being like, what is she putting that on that for? You know, because I do that when I watch people. I really do. I'm like, I would have used that other color. The world's worst to do that. I'm like, yeah, I would have picked that. I would have picked this ephemera piece to go on that. It matches that better. Why is she using that for? It's okay if y'all do it to me. No. Okay. Sometimes it pays to have them long thumbnails. You can just loop underneath stuff and get a hold of it. All right. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, whoops, about dropped it, 27, 28, 29 tags. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pockets. Now that, y'all, is a mess of ephemera that we have gathered up and made up this week. Look at us. I am so proud of us, y'all. We've worked hard this week. And that's not including the things that, you know, we have made and finished throughout the week. This is just stuff that was left over from videos that we needed to finish up. I am super duper happy. That is a lot of ephemera. And I have peach, pink, blue, red, purple. I have all the colors of kits coming up. That's why I'm making colors of everything. Just whatever pack I open up, I'm trying to work through it and find bases to go to put it on. Thank y'all so much for watching. We will see y'all tomorrow.